Uh-oh. What's going on, everybody? We'll be live momentarily. It's another edition of the Lab Tech Show. My name is Tall Boy. Hope all is well with you. We'll be live in 15 seconds. Hope all is well. You guys had a great week, and we're going to be doing our thing. We got a lot to talk about. Cash App. That's right, Cash App. Group payments. Yelp uses AI. Library struggles with eBooks and Europe's new border crossing system. And Revis is going to talk about the word of the day, doppelganger. Look forward to seeing you on the other side. Y'all ready? Let's go. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Hope all is well with you. It is one more day, 2 more days before we go into August 1st. Man, the summer is moving by real fast. My name is Tall Boy, and welcome to the Lab Tech Show. We are here. Another edition. Summer's been going by fast, y'all. And I hope you guys have been doing all right. We got a poll question in the chat. Would love for you to tap in, and we'll do another live one, but it's the same question. Should students be able to use AI this school year? School's about to start down here in the South. What about the ones in the North? Should the kids be able to use AI? Let me know in the comments what you think about that, all right? Shout out to Laura CZ Fitness. Lisa Maria's in the building. Revis is here. What's up, Revis? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, Tall Boy?
Hey, man, I'm doing all right. We got Sheila Baker. She said this year is flying. Yeah, Mama D's in the building. What's up, Mama D? How you doing? Thank you so much for tapping in. Like I said, our job here is just to simplify technology in a language that you can understand. We're not trying to go over your head. We try to find 4 articles that we think that we can have a discussion on, have a dialogue. We want you to entertain, get inside of the comments. If you're watching on your TV, you can connect your TV to your phone. If you figured out how to do that, when you go into YouTube, it'll tell you, do you want to connect it to your TV if you got a smart TV? Now, you got one of them old, tube TVs. Now, it ain't going to work, all right? But we want you to watch on your phone so that way you can comment, and that way you can interact with us in real time. Trying to get Revis to, get up on this technology game. So I know a lot of you guys are probably struggling with that as well. So maybe we could do a little walkthrough if you got a smart TV. Revis, you got a smart TV, man?
Of course I do.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. All right. I didn't know. You might have one of them TVs that you had to use the pliers. I don't know, man. I mean, you're not tech savvy. I'm trying to get you there, but
I do have the TVs that you have to use the coat hangers and pliers and all that. But in the truck, I have a smart one.
Oh, okay. Well, look, that's not bad. All right. Shout out to Stuart Video. He's in the building. He's like, hey, I'm here. That's what's up. Shout out to Laura CZ Fitness for getting him right. Hey says hit the spot 1006. Sheila Baker says this year is flying. Yep, it sure is. So I definitely want to say thank y'all to everybody that is tapping in and saying hello to us. Good evening, family. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, we got some people in the building tapping in with us. I definitely want to say thank y'all. Let me tell you what's on tap tonight, because our avatar, he ain't working. So neither here nor there. This is why the real person, not the AI generated person, can tell you what's on tap. And you get all of me today, if that makes sense. So today we're going to talk about Cash App group payments. Yelp uses AI. Libraries struggle with eBooks. Europe's new border system. And our boy Revis is going to break down this word called doppelganger. Oh, my God. So before we do all of that, we got to tap in with TBJ and see what he's doing and making sure that we got the rules right. And without further ado, let's get TBJ in the building. All right, here we go.
Now it's solid.
Uh-oh.
Solid as a rock.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? This is the last couple days before July ends. How y'all doing? My name is TBJ, and I'm just making sure y'all good. I got a show y'all called Conversations with my personal partner Revis, but we'll talk about that a little bit later, okay? But look, we are here for the Lab Tech Show, and let me tell you how you can participate. Now, you can watch on your phone or your TV, but we really want you to watch on your phone because then you can interact with us in real time, you know what I'm saying? But you can connect your phone to your TV if you're savvy enough. Tallboy might show you how to do that, all right? Now, look. We really want you to let us know how you really feel, okay? Because this tech is here, and you can't say we didn't tell you, okay? Now, look, we are multi-streaming on multiple platforms. So, look, if you are watching on another channel, come on over here to the Lab Tech Show. Will you do that for me, please? Well, look, I'm here with my personal partner Revis, and he got this song called "Sexy Man," and we need the ladies, fellas. How you like it when the ladies sing "Sexy Man"? Do you feel some type of way or not? But look, ladies, help me sing this song, please.
It's the sexy man.
Uh-oh.
What your name is?
I think he gonna get the word, y'all. What y'all think? Roll tape, tall boy.
Sexy man. What your name is? What your name is?
He's somewhere in the United States, from LA to New York. Where are you, Revis? Don't forget to honk the horn.
Revis, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How's my personal partner doing today?
Hey, man, we good, man. We out here in these digital streets. Where you at these days, man?
I just now made it back to Saginaw, Michigan.
Oh, you been there for a while. You been having a good summer.
Yeah, I have been here. I've been here for a week at least.
Oh,
But I
okay.
just picked up my load and I am on my way back down to Texas.
Oh, did you get any fishing in?
Believe it or not, I only got one day in this time.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, what did you do with your free time?
Well, it's been butt ugly hot up here. And so I really haven't did much. Just relaxed, got me a lot of rest.
I like the rest. R&R, much needed. I think Tallboy said he need to get some too, but we ain't gonna put nothing in his ear. We got this word for the day called doppelganger. I never heard of this one, Revis. I'm gonna give you the sentence and a definition, and you gonna break it down. A doppelganger is someone who looks very much like another person. In literary use, doppelganger refers to a ghost that closely resembles a living person. Now, Revis, this sentence right here, it says, I saw your doppelganger at the movies yesterday and almost waved hello before I realized they weren't you. The other sentence says, in one of the creepiest parts of the story, the main character is haunted by a doppelganger. Come on, Revis, break it down for us, player.
You know, I've always liked the word doppelganger
Mm-hmm.
because doppelganger, everybody says that we have a twin. That twin is your doppelganger. And it is rare that you will ever see it. So a doppelganger is actually an image that looks just like you. Believe it or not, I just had one of my Facebook friends just post that a friend of his was down in Florida and he seen someone that looked exactly like him. And he started to say something to him, and then he realized it wasn't. He actually snapped a picture and sent it to him, and it looked like him. That was his doppelganger. So doppelganger is a good word. It's scary. It's also a movie out. If you like thrillers and stuff, look up Doppelganger. That is a pretty darn good movie.
So you saying if I have a twin that look just like me, that's a doppelganger? Is that what you saying?
No, I'm saying if you have a entity or a person that looks like you, that is a doppelganger. Not necessarily a twin. A twin is related to you and you may see it, and that's a little different.
So as long as it's not related to you, then that's a doppelganger.
Right, right. If it looks like you, if somebody sees something that looks like you and it's scary as but if you see it, it's really bad.
So what
Because
about
that
like the
doppelganger can take you out and then poses as you.
what about the people that be in movies that play doubles? Is that a doppelganger?
No, that's actually scripted. But if you actually have an entity that looks like you, that is real creepy and make your skin crawl.
Now you keep saying this
That right
word
there is a
entity.
doppelganger.
You keep saying entity. What do you mean when you say entity? Because you got the audience lost.
Entity could be like a ghost. A doppelganger could be a ghost that look like you.
Oh, okay. All right. So if you see something that looks like you, uh, then maybe you have a doppelganger. Well, let's ask the audience, how did Revis do on the word of the day? Let's see. 1, he broke it down effortlessly. 2, he was doing good and then it went downhill. 3, I look forward to this segment. 4, this man delivers every week. Great job. Or 5, not impressed. 1 through 5, let us know in the comments. How did Revis do on the word of the day? Revis, while we wait on the people to come in, we got some news to talk about, man. We got a show, player. You know what I'm saying? We got a show.
Yes, we do. If you guys have not seen Conversations yet, you are missing out.
Mm-hmm.
Me and TBJ be trying to break some stuff down for y'all. And we have special guests on the show. And I'm almost said doppelganger. Oh my goodness, it's all in my head. We had a doppelganger. We had a doppelganger on that's gonna air with us tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it ain't looking good, player. The audience is
That's
not.
because the only one voted was Hit the Spot 1006, which
Nah,
is my biggest critic.
nah, you got she voted multiple times, but it only counts as one.
Yeah, she voted 5 times.
Oh Lord, she not impressed. Neither is the audience. There's some other people that chimed in and said, "I'm not impressed with this one, Revis. Oh, you might have to step your game up, player." They giving you a hard time. Well, look, just remember,
Ooh.
doppelganger is someone who looks very much like another person. All right. And basically, it could be a ghost that closely resembles a living person. So maybe somebody looking like Michael Jackson or Prince or I don't know, somebody at Hulk Hogan. I don't know. But we want to say
Elvis.
rest in peace to all the ones that are no longer here. But what if they walking down the street and you say, "Ooh, that person look just like that person," but you know they're not there. So hopefully, I give you a better definition than how Revis broke it down. I'll have to carry him on this week. Is that okay, audience?
It's okay. It's okay.
No,
You
it's
know, my
a.
biggest critic is really on her job today.
Oh
It
yeah.
seems like she's trying to get back at me for something.
Oh well, I guess they gotta watch, and you'll tell them all about it. Ah,
Right. So you
ah,
guys make sure you catch conversations tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern,
7 p.m. Eastern. And do you know what the top?
right here.
Right here on the Lab Tech Show. You know what we're gonna be talking about?
You know, I believe we're going to be talking about how will I know?
Yeah,
We're talking
conversations.
about communication in 2025.
There you go. Communication in 2025. How will I know? Conversations, 7 p.m. Thursdays. That's how we roll. Eastern Standard Time, y'all. If you're on the West Coast or somewhere else, just figure out what Eastern Standard Time is to you and pull up. How will I know? Tomorrow, the Lab Tech Show. All right, player, I got to get ready to get up out of here. Tallboy got some tech news he need to talk about. So, I will catch up with you a little bit later, player. Is that good? You gonna hang out with Tallboy?
We'll
What you
see.
gonna do?
We'll see you tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I
I'm
can't.
going to stay for at least I'm going to stay for at least one article because I am just getting in and I have company and I need to take my company somewhere.
Oh, well, you enjoying that time off. I hear you, player. I'm not mad at it. Well, look, I'm not gonna hate on you. You go ahead and handle your business, and I'm gonna take it back to Tallboy. Is that cool?
That's cool.
All right, I holla. Y'all be good, audience. See y'all a little bit later.
All right, guys. We got some things that we need to talk about. So we got a poll question that I would love for you to tap in with. And the question is, should students be able to use AI this school year? One, if you're on your phone, let us know. I see no issues with it. Two, only if it enhances or helps with the learning. Three, no, they are cheating. Four, if they use it, then the family should be held responsible. Five, it's here already. They need to be using it. Or six, it should be limited to high school students. 1 through 6, let us know in the comments. Should students be able to use AI this school year? Revis, what do you think about that?
I I have the inkling that maybe it should be 2 and 5. If it helps with the learning, that's a good thing. And 5, it really should be limited to high school students.
That's 6.
Oh, 6. Okay, my bad. 6.
Okay. All right. So
I'm not
only
used to I'm not used to having 6 answers.
I know. Hey, look, this is one of those things, man, where we need to really think about this. I mean, remember when some of us were taking the SATs and they told us that we had to freehand it with a pencil and a piece of paper. We couldn't take a calculator in to the testing, but now you can take a calculator inside of the testing. So they're using AI. We want them to be ahead of the curve. So I think the only thing is if they're using it to where it's enhancing it, but I also think that the parents should have a responsibility. I think you need to put the onus back on those students. And I think they need to say, let me see what you're doing. And I think that'll be a great way for the students and the parents to have a relationship with each other, one. And then number two, they're both learning together. That's my thought process. I may be wrong, but other people, you guys are saying it should only be limited to high school students. Nobody else should be using it. And I think that they should have some type of AI training for freshmen and say it's okay, to start embracing it. Now, once you start going into younger ages, I don't know, because most of these kids have phones these days, right? So they're probably already using it if they already have a phone. So I would not be surprised.
Well, I got a better solution.
What's that?
Why don't They show the lab tech show in class once a week.
Yeah, we got to talk to the school districts on that one, but I think I think that you got a valid point over there, man. I think you have a valid point. All right, well, we got some things that we're going to discuss tonight, and let me see if I can. Yeah, we got some things that we need to discuss tonight, and we're going to go ahead and see what we can do to get this stuff up on the screen. So let's see, what do we have here? We have Cash App and group payments. Yelp uses AI. Libraries struggle with eBooks, and Europe's new border system. Revis, we're going to go get right into this thing, man, and we're going to start talking about Cash App. They said Cash App just made it easier to pool your money with friends. Do you use Cash App, Revis?
Very rare. I use it to send my children money. And every once in a while, I got friends that don't have Zelle or something like that, and I may send them something through Cash App.
Okay. So they say they have this new feature called pools. So imagine you're trying to get a group together to chip in for something. Maybe it's a payment for a trip, a cruise, maybe even a meal, birthday bash, maybe even a gift. Cash App saw the people struggling and said, hey, we decided to drop this pools feature to make things smoother. Now, this is how it works. An organizer that you, or if you're setting it up or anybody else, can create a pool for a specific goal. Let's say you're collecting $1,000 for a group gift. Then you invite your people to contribute. Now you're going to ask me, how do you do that, right? And you hit them with your cash tag or send them a direct link. This makes it super easy for everyone to find the right spot to send the money. And then now when your people go to contribute, they don't have to go jumping through the hoops. They can pay using their Cash App balance, which is convenient, or even use Apple Pay or Google Pay, which most people already are using anyway. And they say that this is a big plus because it makes it accessible for people who might not have a Cash App balance loaded up. And here's the kicker. Cash App isn't charging anybody any extra fees, nor not the organizer and not the people chipping in. So basically they're saying we really want you to use this pools feature. Now, as an organizer, you are not left in the dark. The pools feature lets you track who's paid up and how much. So you don't have to, have a separate spreadsheet and say, you paid $30, you paid $200, this one haven't paid anything, right? You don't have to go calling and reaching out. It's right there. All right. And then they said, once all the money is collected, or whenever the organizer is ready, they can easily transfer that collected cash right in their main Cash App balance or send it straight to their bank account. Now, this feature is all about making group money collection less of a hassle. That's what they're saying it's for. And instead of one person having to pay for everything up front and trying to get it reimbursed from everyone individually, Pools centralizes the whole process and is designed to cut out the awkward conversations and the constant reminding, allowing groups to collect money for shared expenses with more ease and transparency. Just remember, they made it clear this is for your personal group. It's not for investing and it's not for charities. Revis, before I ask you, what do you think of this? Gotta ask the audience. What do you think of this Cash App group payment thing? Are you feeling it or not? 1, I like this. No more chasing people. 2, I'm not fooling with Cash App. 3, how much are the fees? 4, if everyone is comfortable using it, I see no issues. Or 5, somebody will take issue with this method. 1 through 5, let me know in the comments. What do you think? Do you think Cash App pools group payments has something here? Revis, your thoughts?
I believe, well, you say Cash App balance. I never leave a balance on Cash App, ever. But I still can use Cash App because it comes directly out of my bank account.
Mm-hmm.
Will you still be able to use it that way?
Well, you're saying if you want to send somebody some money, right?
Right. If I wanted to invest in the pool. If I want to put some money in the pool, will I still be able to put it in the same way, or do I have to use a Cash App balance?
No, you can use Apple Pay or Google Pay. It did not say anything about Zelle. It didn't say, well, Zelle is the only way that you can send through a connected balance. But if you have Apple Pay or Google Pay, you can use it that way.
Well, of course, I don't have either one of those.
But you can also send a link that the person can send a link, and I'm pretty sure there's got to be another way. I haven't. This just released today. So when it released today, it was like, hold up, this is different, So I thought this could be a great way to say, let's be on top of this before it actually rolls out. You, as the person that is the organizer of the event or that wants to be the person that's going to be making the purchase, you can look at this pool feature. It's for personal accounts. You can send out the link. You can send out the cash tag. So for a person like you said you don't have or you don't use or keep a balance on there. So I guess if I send you a link, I guess it will connect to your bank account, and then you just have to just upload some money from your bank account into the Cash App, and then there it goes from there.
But you didn't really catch on to what I was saying.
No, it went right over my head, player.
Well, let me break it down in layman's terms, because I'm not cheap. That was my excuse not to put no money in the pool.
It's always, I told you, it's always somebody gonna take issue with this method. Didn't we just, golly. Well, it's funny because somebody said I'm gonna take an issue with this method, and someone else said if everyone's comfortable using it, I see no issues. Okay, all right. Some things that you should consider, just be mindful of this part here. Is strictly for personal use, not for investments or charitable donations. And don't try to use it for something that you're not supposed to use it for. Not everyone is tech savvy as the next person. So navigating a new feature like pools, you might, have to walk the person through the steps. And even though this article says that the pool money is separate from your main balance or tracking, you're still putting a good chunk of change into the app. Always good to double check their security measures and make sure that the funds are protected. And I know some people are like, I don't fool with Cash App because, my money has been messed up or I've lost my money and I'm not dealing with that. So you can do it the old school way.
My thing is this.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my thing is this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't trust Cash App. Is it going to be fines, or is it going to be a fee or something if you cash it out?
Well, they said no fees.
Or do you have to use a card?
No, they said no fees.
Okay.
So no fees if you use this feature. Now, when it comes into that person's account, the question is, will there be a fee to get the money immediately, or do you have to wait the standard 2 or 3 days like they normally do? That part was not mentioned. It just says that there's no fees to use this.
Now, a question for you that Cash App wouldn't answer. Is it that Cash App is falling off and they're trying to find some way to make people start using it again?
No, I think for Cash App to not, and this is just my personal opinion, for Cash App to not even have a commercial, they're doing very well. A lot of people are comfortable using Cash App. You have Zelle, you have Chime, you have Venmo, you have PayPal. I know a lot of people have been burned with Cash App, but that still does not say that the masses are not still using it. Maybe a few people may have been burned and say, I'm not dealing with them ever again. The most secure method at this moment is probably going to be PayPal. And I say that because you can get receipts if you have a business account. You can get an invoice. So at least you know that there's an invoice there. Zelle, I'm not too, because of their recent changes that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, where they were shutting down the Zelle app. If you did not actually have it connected to a bank account, you could no longer use that. I'm not really familiar with Chime or Venmo, so I can't really speak on that. But I do know that with PayPal, if you have a business account, you can send out invoices. You can track and see, hey, this person made this. Here's a receipt. There's a legal transaction, if that makes sense. Cash App does not give you that security. So if you send that money and you accidentally put a S on the end of the last name, or forget to put the S on the end of the last name, and you send it out to the wrong person and it's a similar name, you're gonna have to try and track that money down yourself. There is no refunds.
So if it's a doppelganger, you may be in trouble.
Yeah, well said, sir. Well said. Well said. So yeah, I think that's I think that's something that people should factor in, and hopefully that helps. So, Cash App group payments releasing now. It's should be in your account if you're already using it, and you should just look for that new feature called pools. All right. Cash App is not in Ireland, but even the name seems dodgy. Well, into trading, Cash App is a solid what is it? Is a solid monetary way to transfer money over. It's a very popular way to send money quickly to people. So the thing is, are you willing to put money on the books and let it just sit in that account? So for me, I try to keep under $100, I try to keep just a little bit in there. But I know that if I need emergency money, or if I need to get money to somebody real quickly, I know that that's a quick way to do it. That's my thoughts.
And I know Chime, a lot of people use that now.
Yeah.
So Chime might be a good option too.
Yeah. So I'm not knocking any of the platforms. I have not had a bad experience with any of them. I'm just letting you know this is what Cash App is saying. Hey, as we go into the holiday season, let's look at this pools thing as we're looking at some major events that are about to happen towards the end of the year. They're saying, hey, we have an option to where you're not worried about chasing somebody down for their money. That's it.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. You and I are going to Vegas in January.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to try this out and see how it works. So if you guys use Cash App, we're going to use Pool. And I believe we have a link up at the top. And if you send something there, we'll use that on our Vegas trip for CES.
Yeah, we got to set the pool up, but yeah, we should have it up real soon. Let's just try that. Just say, hey, it's a Cash App pool, but I think I have to send the link out to somebody. I don't know if that, maybe we can put the link in the description of the video. And if you would like to support, then yeah, that'd be good. That's a great Revis. What? You got Doppelganger wrong, but you got this one right. I'm feeling you on this one. Well, you over there, you own one today, boy. That's what's up. Listen to Revis, says James Hicks. See, he own one, James. He own one. He got one over there. All right, that's what's up. All right, man. I know you about to ride out, so you staying or you riding? What you gonna do?
Let's do another one.
He said, I'm feeling good. Let's do another one. All right, we got another one over here. I know you don't travel, so I'll do that one for myself. Do you want to do the library or do you want to do Yelp? Which one you want to do?
Let's go with something I'm familiar with. Let's go with the library.
Oh, the library. Okay. Look at you, man. I didn't think you was going to do all of that. The library. Okay, the libraries are feeling the cost of the eBook popularity. Do you go to the library at all, Revis?
Only when it's necessary.
What does that mean?
If I need to look something up, if I need to go and use the computer or something like that, then I'll go to the library.
Okay. Well, they say libraries are caught in a bind right now with these ebooks and digital audiobooks. It's not like they can just go out and buy the physical book, because they can do that, right? But people are requesting ebooks and audiobooks. But With digital, it's more like leasing a car because they got to pay way more, sometimes 3 to 4 times the price as regular people pay, because they have to use licensing to be able to use the books or the audio book. So you buy the book, it's a one-time fee, you own the book, it sits in your inventory, right? If you use the audio book or the digital ebook, then you have to pay for that ebook and you're paying more money. So they're saying that when those licenses expire or hit checkout time, there's a problem. They got to repurchase or lose the access. And that's why you sometimes see those long wait lists on popular titles, because the libraries can't buy unlimited copies like you think that they should be able to get access to. It's just a different type of game, okay? Um, they're saying that they're trying to balance serving the community with these wild publisher prices and restrictive terms. Now, publishers set the rules and the high prices. So it's not like, hey, this book is $15 and this ebook is $15. You're licensing it out and they can charge whatever fee that they want. And there's only a 2-year limit on the ebook license. And they're saying that for they charge the libraries a whole lot more for ebooks and digital audiobooks, sometimes up to 5 times the consumer price. And they also slap on a license that expires after a certain time and or a set number of checkouts. So let's just say you checked it out. They have a 25 limit, checkout time. Anything over 25, you got to relicense it. So it's more like a lease and not an own. All right. So when libraries get the digital title, they don't own it in perpetuity like a physical book. They're basically leasing it for a limited period of uses. And that means that a library's digital collection is always a moving target, and they're constantly having to renew licenses just to keep popular titles available. And those long wait times are a budget issue, not because they just don't have it. And if you're tired of waiting on a popular book, it's usually because those libraries can only afford a limited number of copies due to the high costs and restrictive licensing models. So convenience is king. And basically, if no need to trek to the library, just download it and read it. That's the real convenience, right? And as opposed to just going out and saying, I want to buy the physical book. If you want that convenience, you can download it on your phone. You only get X amount of time. You got to send it back. Somebody else gets it. Accessibility for all. People with with vision challenges. Many ebook platforms allow for adjustable font sizes and other accessibility features, making reading easier on the eyes. So it could help somebody, get the information that they need. Those ebooks keep your mind sharp. Reading is crucial for cognitive health, and having easy access to vast array of titles keep those brain cells firing up. And you also get to learn new genres or authors, and they're saying that can allow you to broaden your horizons. So this is interesting. The libraries are in a bind, and they don't know what to do because they can't afford the books. Question that I have, what do you think of the library ebook situation? One, libraries are in a catch-22. Two, who is going to fund this project? 3, libraries must adapt. 4, I wouldn't offer ebooks. Or 5, pass the cost on to the consumer or the customer. 1 through 5, let me know in the comments. What do you think of the library ebook situation? Revis, your thoughts?
Well, I'm surprised they still have libraries. With AI and Gemini, Perplexity, all these new things coming along, what's the use of a library now? When all you have to do is get on AI and whatever you need to know is going to tell you. You don't have to read a book when AI can summarize the whole book for you and do the report for you and everything else. What you need a book for? Now, we talk about AI and how it's taking over and how it's going to take over all these different jobs and everything. these librarians better watch out too, because their jobs is in the balance too.
Yeah.
Just something to think about.
Yeah, I think that you should pass the cost off on to the customer because they're the ones that want it, right? And if there's a high demand, just charge $5 to be able to rent it out. It'll at least offset the cost.
Right.
Maybe $10, because if they're charging 4 and 5 times the amount of the ebook, why not, say, hey, if you want this book in this branch or in this county or in this city, then, help us out.
Yeah, that's you know what? My whole thing is pass the cost off. Just what they do with everything else. When the tariffs hit, what they do? They pass the cost off to us.
Mm, I don't know. That's a situation, man. I don't know, man. I just think that libraries must adapt. I mean, I don't know if who's going to fund it. This should be a city council issue. This should be a government issues. I don't know. I don't know who's going to fund it. Maybe some donor will be saying, "Hey, here's $100,000 going towards this project." I don't know if that would help.
And Mama D says that's why these kids can't read. Right, because of audio books and all that. AI, right.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This is so messed up at this point, man. Because right now, and I don't really want to go down this rabbit hole, but unfortunately, with AI, to your point, we're in a situation where if you feed the AI the content of the book, then it's already going to be trained on that method anyway. So a new author, remember Meta and Google, was it Google? It was another company. It was Meta and somebody else. They just won the court case against the AI, against the authors. And they said that you could use their copyrighted works because they actually purchased the book. And they basically ripped the pages off and fed it into the AI. And that was deemed legal. I don't know how that's not copyright issue, but we're looking at the last days of a public library. And maybe, like you said, to your point, Revis, the librarians' days are pretty much over with. I mean, I remember when I first went out of the country to go play basketball for the first time. I remember vividly going to the library to go pull out an encyclopedia to learn as much as I could on Turkey and what was Istanbul like, what was the weather like, what was the currency, now you have Google for that, you have AI for that, right? So back then that was something that was big, but now who goes to the library unless you need to go use a computer or you're looking for something, from a digital perspective. Lost are the days, or gone are the days of people in the masses. I remember the summer reading program. You would read X amount of books and you get the personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut, right? Those days are gone, So, I mean, I don't even know how many people even encourage their kids to even go to the library. Everything's on the phone now. Everything's digital. So it's a scary situation, scary times of where we're living at. So libraries are in a catch-22. I think we're in a situation where we got to figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. And like I said, the days are numbered for libraries. I'm surprised we still have them. The times are changing so rapidly, and AI is taking over everything that, we just don't know. Everything is limited right now.
Yeah. So in the trading says kids are getting a better education than ever. Even the cartoons are even educational now. It's funny because I watched Bluey for the first time, didn't know what it was, and I said, let me just watch it, see what these cartoons are talking about. And I I saw that it was educational, and it was like, you know what, that's not a bad show. You know, I don't have kids, so there's no reason for me to watch, but for me to have it on, I actually watched about a good hour of Bluey, and it was like, this is really cool. And it was like, Bluey know what he doing, you know? So I was very impressed with what I saw. So, I mean, the learning ways, unfortunately, the TV is bad for you. I remember as a kid, there was only so much TV you could get a week. Now, TV is babysitting the kids. So,
Right.
that's just where we're at these days. So, I don't know, man.
And like I said, one needs to tune into conversations because TBJ is a cartoon avatar and he's teaching you something also.
Yeah, that's what it is. Look, I know you got to go, but we got this commercial that I was working on. Let me know. I know we normally do the midpoint of the show. We would love for you to like, subscribe, be a part of the show. It's a community we're building. Join us, be a part of this. But this is a commercial that I built, and I would like to get your thoughts on this, Revis.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Let's see. See, when you're ready to get it to work, and then all of a sudden something go wrong. It's always something, isn't it? Well, let us know what you think about this commercial, if I can figure out why the audio is not right. It should have played. Okay, well, I don't know why, but let's go. Let's try it.
Alexa, play my favorite R&B song. I learned what to buy so I can get my groove on.
The Lab Tech Show showed me how I can easily remember to take my meds. Well, look, I got my nudge.
Revis told me to expand my vocabulary. Do you see this bumptious driver?
I embraced it, and it saved me the walk to my gate. Tall boy drops gems.
I see you, Granddad, keeping up.
I'm not trying to get left behind.
It's time to cancel this subscription and make the switch to AI.
Better use of our money.
The Lab Tech Show breaks down the latest tech, makes it simple, and keeps it real. For the culture, for everybody. Wednesdays at 8.
That's the commercial, Revis. The new Lab Tech Show commercial.
I like it, but we can't get rid of the other one. We got to keep both of them.
Would you want me to play the other one too?
Yes, always.
Well, okay. Well, here you go.
I'm saving his life so he can embrace tech.
Woo, look, AI ain't got nothing on my next move. I'm out.
Automation coming? Bet. Watch me make my next big play, straight up.
She held me down, so I put a ring on it and built a whole tech thing for the beach crew.
They was laughing then, but I leveled all the way up from the bottom to the top floor, for real.
I stayed in my lane, owned it, and now look. Told you I was gonna do it. We locked in with the Lab Tech Show Wednesday at 8. Question is, are you in or out?
Two commercials. Believe it or not. This is what I like about those commercials. Let me know in the comments what you think. Shout out to Hurricane Dave for pulling up on us. I definitely appreciate you tapping in, sir. No actors, no location scouting, no wasted film, 8-second clips, all AI. Gemini. Now the power is in our hands as creators to create commercials, and it's just on you to know how to prompt, figure out what scenes you want, and then create the commercial. This is all AI. AI allowed us to be able to create a commercial instead of me saying, let me go find 4 or 5 people. And the cool thing about the first one is we've talked about Alexa doing certain things, right? Revis has joked about saying, Alexa, play Prince, and then all of a sudden it plays in somebody's, room. We've talked about the self-driving wheelchairs, autonomous wheelchairs in the Detroit airport and a couple other airports. We talked about nudge. So we basically combine the conversations that we're having right here on the Lab Tech Show. We're talking about them and we're putting them in an actual use case to where people can resonate and say, hey, I got that from the Lab Tech Show. Being ahead of the curve, being ahead of our time. And I think that we're going to see commercials just like this, if not even better, for the Super Bowl. They already played one NBA Finals. They already played one NBA Finals AI commercial. But now the question is, people are gearing up for February for the Super Bowl. My thing is, how many commercials can we crank out to get better and better and better? And you never know. We may be working for one of these ad agencies saying, hey, we have something for you. And instead of you paying that outrageous fee of paying for talent, you can just pay the prompt engineer to make it all happen. So your thoughts on that, Revis?
I think you did a very great job. And I feel like the creators that can do the same thing and get really good at it are going to make a lot of money. Because like you said, you don't need actors and everything else. All you got to do is know how to prompt. And if you can prompt right and say the right things, guess what? You're going to make money.
Yeah. So I think it's just really finding the clients that want that, if that makes sense. And I know we're going a little off, what we were supposed to talk about today, but this is why we're having these conversations, right? It's anybody can do this as long as you have a Gemini account. Remember, you have ChatGPT, you got Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, Grok. You just have to find the one that's good for you. Gemini is good for video creation. You're already in the Google ecosystem. This is why I always tell people that's on this show, use Gemini first. I know the masses are over there on ChatGPT, but you already have Google Drive, your Gmail account. You already have this connected. So if you had to pay for one of these services, which one would you use? End of Trading just made a statement here. ChatGPT just launched the agents feature. Looks good, but not perfect yet, but it can book flights and shop for you, etc. Crazy thing about this End of Trading, Perplexity has already been doing this. I have access to the Comet browser. We just talked about Comet 2 weeks ago, right? We discussed what the Comet browser can do for you. It can do all of what the ChatGPT agents are. Now they're playing catch up. And that was one of the reasons why I was saying, hey, we need to go over here to look at Perplexity and see what they have. Now, people said that they're not willing to pay $200 a month just to be able to at least get the access to Comet. They will wait for the invite to come through, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. But then the ChatGPT agent feature is already there if you're already paying for that account. So the question that a lot of people are going to be felt or they're going to have to think about is, am I willing to connect my emails, my shopping carts, Amazon, Instacart, your local grocery store? Are you willing to connect your accounts to these agents? Are you willing to connect your credit card to these agents and allow them to make purchases for you? Right now, Mr. Altman from ChatGPT said, this is not where we really want to go. Right. So he said, you can do all of that, but I still would not trust it with the credit card, because remember, you're now putting your credit card information inside of an LLM, a large language model. So the question is, we're there. They're already doing it. But now everybody's about to play catch up. And Perplexity is already leading the curve on that. The only difference between Perplexity and ChatGPT, the only difference between those two is ChatGPT has the name. OpenAI has the name. Perplexity is a new player. They're not a new player, but to the masses, they are. And I think you're going to start seeing in 2026 the name Perplexity come up a lot more, especially with phone releases. And they're going to give Google a run for their money, because if you're an Android user, right? Google Google is baked into the system. But if Perplexity can start going after some of the smaller phone companies, what's your phone company that you use, Revis?
Cricket.
No, the phone company, not the service, the phone company. Samsung, Motorola.
You talking about? I have the Samsung.
Okay, so Samsung, you're going to see Samsung, if they ink this deal, Perplexity is going to be baked inside of Samsung phones in 2026. Motorola, OnePlus. Now Google may have a run for their money and they're going to start eating at that market share, right? So now the question is, how does ChatGPT, how does Microsoft Copilot, how do they compare with all of that? So I know we went off to the left, but this is kind of where or why we do this. So as we're showing you these commercials, Gemini is baked into Google. And if you have that Gemini account, then you have video creations. Now, ChatGPT is great for image creations, but if you want video creations, it's best to go over to Google Gemini. So I think that's where we're at right now. And I know that a lot of people are like, I'm still trying to figure out how to work what, so we still have to get you there. And this is why each week we try to have these conversations and you hear them. So if you're starting to say, do I want to buy a new phone? If you hear Samsung and they're saying, oh, you get a free year of Perplexity. The one cool thing about Perplexity is it cites its sources. So if you ask a question, it will give you the answer, but not only does it give you the answer, but it tells you where it got it from. Some of these other large language models, they don't do that. They will give you the answer, but they're not going to tell you where they got it from. And you may have to ask for the source in another prompt. So Perplexity is like, hey, there's no need to worry about it. We're going to tell you the answer, and here is where we got it from. So I think that is game changer for me, because I don't want some information that's not true or that's not factual.
You can't plagiarize it.
There you go. Yeah. So that's, like I said, you can go with any player that you want. Copilot, Grok, Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, or Perplexity. You can go with any one of those and you're not going to go wrong. The question is, which one are you comfortable with? And that's why the question, or the poll question for the day, was, do you think students should use AI? Because they already have this stuff in their phones. And so they're going to, unless you're in one of those states where the students cannot have phones in the school or in the classroom during, school hours, that's one way to curb it. But how many states are using that law? And when they get home, how are they using that as well? Are they going to still use AI? I mean, if they're at home and no one's watching them, what kid is not going to find a easier way to get to the answer? So that's the reason for the poll question for today. All right, Revis, I know you about to tap on out of here.
I'm not going to leave you.
Oh, you're not going to leave?
Let's go.
Oh, he said, let's go. Let's ride. Okay. Well, I didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole, brother, but well, we here. So Yelp, they're using AI. Speaking of AI, they're using it, and they said they want to turn your food moments into quick restaurant videos. So now if you are a restaurant owner, you might get a little assist, as they say. They say you might get a little assist from Yelp's AI. And they're saying Yelp is stepping the game up, trying something new where they use AI to whip up short videos about restaurants. So instead of you scrolling through pics and reading reviews, Yelp is going to take all of the pictures and all the short videos and your comments, and they're going to stitch them together into a fresh video, like a slideshow. And this AI can also add a voiceover, pulling words right from what the people have already been saying in the reviews. So when you're in the app on Yelp, chilling and scrolling through your home feed, if a spot looks good, you just tap it and there you go. A video pops up giving you a quick visual taste of what's good. So I'm going to show you a video momentarily of what one of these videos look like. And they said that once you put your content out there, it can be used. So no opting out. So if you don't like the video, or if the video looks crazy or is not right, you can report it. But basically, if you create content for a restaurant and say, hey, I tried this here, Yelp has the right to use that video. So this is where everybody's using AI. So if you create content now, you have to understand when you create this content is available and it's open to any and everybody. And so this is what they're saying. The question that I have for you is Yelp strategy good? Uh-oh, there we go. Is Yelp strategy good? Yelp's AI strategy good? One, I can see what I'm purchasing. That's not cool. They are using someone else's content. 3, if the content creator gets paid, it's a win-win. 4, I'm wondering what is Yelp getting out of this? Or 5, a cool way for restaurant owners to attract new customers. Revis, your thoughts?
I think that is, I don't necessarily know what Yelp is.
It's like Google reviews. So, you know, like how you Google a restaurant and you say, hey, and you click on reviews. Well,
Okay.
this is a dedicated app that says any business in your local area, Saginaw, Cadillac, Laredo, Kinder, Louisiana, you just go to the Yelp app and you say Italian restaurants near me, burger joints near me. And basically there is no different from Google. People are just posting their reviews there. And so if you created a video and said, hey, I went to this burger joint in Cadillac, Michigan, and this is what the burger looked like, and look at all the food that I get, and this is really, really good. They're saying that, hey, they're going to use that video if they find it, and they're going to put it into like a summary video for you. And this is what the video looks like.
So it's something like your Yellow Pages.
Yeah, pretty much. Just digital. This is the video here. So
Well, it's a plus. It is a plus for the people that owns the restaurant.
right, they're winning. It's the people that are creating the content. So if you are having drinks, if you're eating the food and you do like a little reel, if you do a testimonial on it, if you write a review, they're basically, and you see it. This is the AI talking in the credits right there at the bottom in the transcript right there, and they're showing pictures. So if the owner takes pictures of their place, if you're pouring something to drink, if you're putting cheese on your pasta, if you're whatever it is that you're doing, this is what it will do for you. So Yelp is saying, hey, we will use your video, we will use your content if it's posted on the internet, whether it is anybody. So if they have all these restaurants listed, and if you as a customer or as a restaurant owner, if you post anything, it's going to pull that content from each person. Now, if you post the content and you don't like it, you can complain. You can, file a, complaint, and they may take it down. But right now, there's no guarantee.
And they can use your stuff and you don't get paid for it.
Right. And that's why I said, which one? What do you think about that?
I think if you create the content, you should get paid for it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way. So Yelp is just saying, hey, it's a win-win if the content creators get paid, but it's not cool if you're using someone else's content. So I don't know which way do you think? So one, I like that I can see what I'm purchasing. 2, that's not cool that they're using someone's content. 3, if the content creator gets paid, it's a win-win. 4, I'm wondering what Yelp is getting out of this. Or 5, a cool way for restaurant owners to attract new customers.
I have to go with 3.
Okay. I can't get mad at that. All right. That's what's up. All right, man. We're going to go ahead and do this real quick so we can wrap up with our final topic. But Check this out. All right, guys, check us out. Lab Tech Show, your live production, tallboy.us. Come on, these are the brands that Tallboy does, right? This is the product that he works out of throughout a weekly basis, all right? Lab Tech Show, tech news. If you know a tech company that would like to be featured, they're about consumer technology, let's have that conversation with them. You like a podcast like this? Let Tallboy produce your show. And then if you have an event and you need someone to recap that event or cover it, tallboy.us. Go out there and look at all three of those brands respectfully, and let's see if we can have a conversation, all right? Don't forget, we're on Spotify and YouTube podcasts at The Lab Tech Show. We're also on Roku and Amazon Fire at TBE Media. And then if you would like to support the show in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you got Tallboy Enterprises on Cash App and PayPal.me/IamTallboy on PayPal, all right? Don't forget, you can think big, think tall, think tall boy. Remember, think big. Think big, believe in God. Think tall, the sky's the limit. And think tall boy, because he said so and he's doing it. And of course, you know what? Revis, we got merch. Check out TBJ and see what he got to say. Is that right? Let me see. I don't know if I got it right. There we go. We got merch, y'all.
What's good, y'all? How y'all doing? TVJ in the building. Look, guess what? We got some new merch. You know, me and my personal partner, Revis, we got a show called Conversations, and Revis's favorite phrase is, relation plain. So look, we got some new merch. So come on over here to shop.tallboy.us, and I think you might be proud of what we've been able to do. Now look, this is a summer sale. Tallboy told me not to tell y'all this because he don't like to give out discounts, okay? He like to hook up, but he don't want to hook nobody else up. Don't tell him I said that. Okay? Well look, go on over there to shop.tallboy.us and you can go look at all the products, all right? He got some new products out there. And if you use code conversations on any of Revis's merch, my merch, or even Tallboy's favorite phrase, stay in your lane on that t-shirt, y'all are gonna get 30% off. That's a lot, y'all. Who doing that in these streets? Well, look, shop.tallboy.us. That's all we want you to do is go on over there and take advantage of this product offering, okay? Don't tell nobody because it's only good for the first 20 people. So you need to be good to secure your code, okay? So make sure you get your code. And then it's only a few more people after that, all right? Don't say I didn't tell y'all something good, all right? But look, I gotta go. Tallboy about to get mad at me because I'm telling all the business. So make sure y'all go to shop.tallboy.us, click on all products, and check out all the new merch and the old merch. And remember, 30% off if you use code CONVERSATIONS on any TBJ merch, Revis merch, or Tallboy's favorite shirt. His favorite phrase called stay in your lane. All right? That's the code, y'all. We gotta go. Bye-bye, y'all. I gotta go.
That's right. Stay in your lane and you can get that 30% off. Revis, you got some merch over there, man. You got relation planes. Did I see that right?
You seen it right. Hey, it's relation plane. We don't do ships because ships sink.
Oh man. So you got on me about making sure that you got some merch out there. You kept throwing it out there. And I said, you know what? I'll support you. You got to move. You got to move some units, sir. You got to move some of these units. So I want to see what you're gonna do.
You know, look at here. We have a discount right now. It's only gonna go through Sunday. You get a discount if you use Conversations. And let me tell you something. I'm about to advertise it. So we're going to get these 30 people as soon as possible. Guess what? You guys on the Lab Tech Show get first choice at it. Don't hesitate, because once I start advertising it, we'll be through those people, and then you're going to have to pay regular price.
I'm throwing it out there. Look, I was on James Hicks's show a couple weeks ago, and I made a statement. And he said, "Tallboy, you should put that on a shirt. Take an inventory of your life." I even made the shirt for the women and I made one for the men. So ladies, I got a special cut for you. And the fellas, we go up to a 4X for the men and a 2X for the women. So we got them in multiple colors. So you can't say I don't want white. I want gray. I want yellow. I want orange. Well, I got you. All right. So even not TBJ, even Revis, he got multiple colors. All right. So go on over there, check out the merch, shop.tallboy.us, use code conversations. Any TBJ merch, any Revis merch, and if you find, if I'm correct, I think it's, what is it? It's stay in your lane, and I think it's I don't have the bandwidth to deal with this T-shirt. So this is the stay in your lane shirt right here. So if you get this shirt, comes in multiple colors, you get a discount on this shirt as well. All right, so 30% off. You got till Sunday. TBJ, Revis, or stay in your lane, or I don't have the bandwidth to deal with this merch. All right, so you can't say we didn't tell you. It's the summer sale. You can't say I did not throw it out there. First 20 people, you guys are hooked up. All right, that's what it is. All right, that's enough of the promotion. Y'all, hey, I'm trying. Hey, look, I'm trying to throw it out there to y'all. If you don't want a Cash App, if you don't want a PayPal, if you don't want to use Stream Elements, that's okay. You can have something tangible. We support you we want your support in any way possible. Okay. One last article. I think we should wait till next week, Revis, but if you want to knock it out, we can. Because this is not rolling out till October, but basically short story long. If you plan on taking any trips out of the country, the European Union is saying, if you go to Europe, you only got 180 days. And if you choose to stay over those 180 days, they have a better way of seeing the people who stayed over their time.
Wow.
They say the European Union is about to drop a new biometric border control system called the EES system, Entry Exit System, and it's to start rolling out gradually on October 12th. Now, this is not the old school way of, going through border control, stamping the passport. They're getting tighter at the external borders for folks coming in from non-EU countries. So they're ditching the old passport stamps and bringing in biometric verification. Think fingerprints and facial recognition. If you're a non-EU national, including the UK people, if you're cruising into the Shenzhen area for a short stay, you have to get those biometrics checked. And the first time you cross, it'll either be your fingerprints or your face, but not both. So I don't know which system is going to be what, right? After that, no more stamps in your passport when you come and go. So that beloved, I got my stamps. Now it's just fingerprints and your face. Okay. Now, some folks are exempt, like residents that with a valid EU resident permit and citizens of Iceland, Norway, Liechtenstein, and Switzerland, plus their family members. So this whole entry exit system thing is part of a bigger plan called the Smart Borders Initiative. And the goal is to beef up security, make things quicker for those who travel a lot, and keep tabs on people that are overstaying their welcome. Now, they're saying Greece also got its own digital system going for tracking trucks and buses at their land borders, making things faster and catching anything suspicious. And it's all about, being more digital at this point. So basically, they're saying it's good for smoother travel, enhanced security, easier tracking of stay duration, and reduced risk of passport stamp issues. And basically, they're just modernizing the travel experience. That's what they're doing. Now, the only thing that you got to worry about is possible technical glitches and delays, data privacy and security, and maybe an impact on specific traveler groups. So, they might affect certain groups of travelers, for instance, those who are not tech savvy or individuals with certain physical characteristics that might make biometric scanning difficult and can face possible hurdles or delays. And maybe somebody who has damaged fingerprints or facial changes or something like that. You trying to cross the border. So that's really the gist of this. October, this is supposed to roll out. It was supposed to roll out last year. It did not. They delayed it until 2025. They're saying this is coming, and basically people trying to jump the border, trying to leave the United States, and you're doing it illegally, well, they're going to be able to catch you faster if you try to move around from country to country. What are your thoughts on the EU border control? 1, they should stick with the original method. 2, this is the worst time to make the switch. 3, no one should overstay the time. 4, there's no hiding now. You must come home. Or 5, if they do it, the U.S. should do it too. 1 through 5, let me know in the comments your thoughts on the EU border control. They cracking down, y'all. They cracking down. Revis, your thoughts?
I think that it is a test pilot for everybody else. They're going to try this in the EU, and then it's going to spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be doing it. Canada, United States, Africa, it doesn't matter. Everybody's going to do it.
Yeah. This is here, October 12th. There's a lot of changes. I think, America started something, but this was already in play. So this has nothing to do with the current administration. I think a lot of people are like, hey, I'm about to tap out of here, right? I'm leaving America. Well, now you have to follow their laws, their rules, just to become a local citizen, and you have to actually do the legwork. I think a lot of people want to rush to America, but I think the problem now is rushing to America. I think people in America are trying to rush to another country. And this is the wrong time to be doing this with the current administration for the ones that are not happy with the choices that they made, right? So I don't know. I was looking at it and saying, well, maybe I can go to Europe. And I was looking at what was the process and how can I make sure I have enough funds and be able to make what I need to make. But if I had to stay a little bit longer, could I do that? I have, and this is just a personal story, I have overstayed my visa fee one time, and I had to pay this $125, $150 fine when I was in Turkey. And I think the fine was, if you didn't have the money to pay the fine, then you would be banned from the country for 7 years. And we were able to, get the money up for me to be able to leave the country. And I was only over there probably an extra 2 weeks past the time that I was supposed to stay. But I paid the fine. It was no issue, but now what if people have been over there and they get stopped? Are they going to deport them back to America and tell them that they can't come to the EU anymore? Or are they going to have that same 7-year ban, or are they going to have to pay that fine and they'll be able to come back? I don't know. This is all the beginning stages of where we're at with this kind of stuff. So Sheila Baker is like, wow, just wow. So we're living in crazy times right now. So now this is where we're at.
Wow, this is crazy, and things are changing, and we have to get with the program because it's here already. Just like we say every week,
Oh, no more.
You gotta, get with it.
Yeah, hey, embrace it or get left behind. No, it's not even embracing and getting left behind. We got to come up with a new phrase. This technology is here, and they're embedding it everywhere. And unfortunately, we have to pay attention to it. So if you don't, you're just going to be saying, I don't understand this. I don't understand. You don't want to be the old lady, the old man. You don't want to be that person that I just don't understand. Well, have you even tried? Have you at least surrounded yourself with somebody? Have you called your grandkids? Have you called somebody that does this? Have you paid somebody for a consultation? If you can do these dances and you can memorize these dances, if you can go to these concerts, if you can, do all the luxury things that you find luxurious, you can find time to invest into some of this technology. You may not want to, you may not think it's a priority, but if you can learn, and it's funny, and I shouldn't say this, but when I turned 15, I moved with my father, and I had got this particular tape. I don't even know if I want to name the tape that I got, but I got a tape of my favorite artist, and I got the tape on a Sunday. By that Wednesday, I had memorized pretty much the whole album. And my father comes in and he says, you know all the words to the song, right? He said, yeah, I'm just singing them. He's just sitting back listening. He said, what's your grades like? And I'm like, I'm getting like B, C's, and, 1 or 2 D's. And he said, well, if you choose to stay here with me, you're going to be on the honor roll. Because I just sat here and watched you memorize this whole album in 3 days. There's no reason why you're making B's, C's, and D's. And that was really, for me, the challenge, right? To reshape and rethink how I was doing things and say, why can I not be an honor roll student? Why can I not be a scholar student? Why can I not, have a certain GPA that is deemed appropriate? So I think it was just really just not applying myself. So I just think that we just have to stop chasing celebrity. We need to really look at where we're at and be honest with yourself. And if you do that, there's nothing wrong with learning the dances, but if you can learn the dances, you can learn this tech. If you can go to the concerts, then you can pay for a consultation or pay for a course. It's just prioritizing. That's it. So this is no beat up. This is no preach. It's time to rethink and reshape. No different from last week of what we discussed about subscriptions. Instead of paying for Netflix and Peacock and HBO, and find that 1 or 2 subscriptions and resurface that money somewhere else to say, how do I get this training on this new technology or on this AI? How can I invest over here? And that way you're not left behind. That's it. Revis, as a brief recap, man, we discussed Cash App group payments. Libraries struggle with eBooks. Yelp uses AI. This Europe new border system, and you struggle with that word doppelganger, but you figured it out, towards the end. We didn't find no lookalike on this show, but you figured it out. So, and don't forget the summer merch sale, 30% off. If you use code conversations. All right. So use code conversations, get your merch, support the show however you can. And tell a friend to tell a friend, and definitely would appreciate, any assistance. That's it. Hopefully you guys got some value out of the show. Revis, before we go, any words you want to say?
Hey, if you haven't done so yet, hit that like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Hey, and don't forget to watch Conversations tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, Conversations. I was trying to get it on the screen. You was moving too fast. Conversations tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern. And the topic is, how will I know? Conversations 2025. How will you know if you're ready to be with that person? Revis, why did you want to do a relationship show?
Because people are always asking me questions about relationships. I don't do relationships, but they always ask me, and I always give them my opinion. So this way I could give them my opinion and they could get it right here from the show. I guess that's it.
This is, hey y'all, that's Revis, the guy right there on in the cell phone. That's him. So he's this is a great way for you to get to know him, a great way for you to get to know TBJ, see their thoughts. You know how I think, but now you get a chance to hang out with them. They don't talk technology. I think TBJ throws in a couple snippets here or there, but they're talking about relationships and I'm kind of up in the air with what I've heard, but he's doing his thing. I got to give it to him. He knows what he's talking about. He got the ladies agreeing with him. That's the funny thing about it. But he's got some valid points. So Conversations, 7 o'clock. Check them out Thursdays. And as always, hey, y'all, please support the show. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And hopefully you guys got some value out of tonight. All right. So Sheila Baker says, great topics tonight as always. Excellent job, tall boy. You are appreciated. And shout out to Tech Troublemaker. And see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate all of y'all for tapping in, staying with us a little bit longer than expected. And hopefully you guys got some value out of the show. All right. With that being said, y'all be good. And I don't know, Revis, should we or should we not take next week off? But programming note before we get up out of here. August 13th, there will be no show. The question is, are we going to have no show on the front end or on the back end? So we're going to take 2 weeks off. Should we do it the first two or should we do it the last two? But no show on August 13th. All right. So no show August 13th. That's a Wednesday. I have a prior commitment and I will not be available. The question is, I need to get a little R&R. So with that being said, we'll figure it all out. Revis, last words.
See you all tomorrow night. Peace.
That man, that's all he care about. Y'all be good.
You already know.
It's the Lab Tech Show.
Tall boy.
Hopefully you guys got some value out of tonight. And don't forget to check out Conversations, all right? Revis is trying to do something. Shout out to you, boy.
He's somewhere in the United States, from LA to New York.